In this video I'm going to show you how I made a ring using a piece of superconductor. If you are new here, welcome, my name is Daniel and I design and create all the rings here at Sangrail Rings. So why this design? As I said, growing up I was a massive fan of Jurassic Park and in particular the Velociraptors, and when I started making rings I knew this was something that I had to combine together. I just didn't want to use a plain sort of titanium inlay or Damascus steel inlay. And then I found superconductor, particularly this sort of off-centered diagonal cut one. When acid etch gives a lovely reptile-like pattern to the actual ring, and I think that worked really well. I also decided to add some garnets to kind of represent the blood and the viciousness of the raptor. Like I said, I did something with that which you will see at the end of the video. Right, let's move on to what's happening in the video. So far we've cut out the superconductor ring blank from the actual piece of superconductor, and now we're just shaping it down to size, so getting the correct thickness, the correct internal diameter, and we'll start cutting out the channel for the actual inlay. This will be 6mm wide and backed in black onyx to give a nice contrast with the inlay materials. I often get asked where I get black onyx powder from, and the truth behind it is I actually don't get the powder. I end up getting little black onyx stones and I grind them down into powder myself. I've never actually found anyone who actually sells black onyx powder, so maybe that's a niche in the market for me. Once the channel has been filled with the onyx powder, we have to trim it back to give us as much room as possible to place the inlay materials, such as this piece of garnet. This is probably my favourite part of any ring make, especially the ones that are intricate like this one. I love actually just deciding what's going where. I go through thousands and thousands of pieces of each material just to pick out the ones that I think will sit nice next to each other. This can take anywhere from about 2 to 3 hours. I think this one took about 3 hours, as the pieces get falling off the middle that you don't see in the video. But as you can see, like this piece of raptor tooth, I will nudge it and tap it round to exactly the point where I want it. One thing you'll never see me use on any of my rings is an accelerator. I know some people use them to sort of set the inlays faster, but if it's worth taking the time to do and allowing to set naturally, I'd rather do that, as using an accelerator can cause issues itself. You can get what's called a bloom, where you get sort of air bubbles or like a white spongy type reaction with the actual inlay, and this can totally ruin it. But again, if you're doing something like this, just take your time, enjoy what you're doing, don't rush it, and just let everything allow it set into place as it wants. Speaking of quality, one thing I will never use in my rings is resin. It's just not durable enough for everyday use, especially on a ring. Obviously resin does have some amazing applications when using the correct settings, but my personal opinion is a ring is not the place for it. I absolutely love this shot of this ring. The up close of this lens is amazing. Again, I love how you can see all the details and how packed it is in there. What I'm doing at the moment is, because there's small voids under like the opal and the meteorite, and that is filling it in slowly to make sure we've got a nice solid actual inlay and nothing's going to fall out, crack, or have any issues with it later on. So now we've moved on to the sanding of the ring. This actually took around 12 hours to get it to this stage, as I don't like using sort of rotary tools and that on the inlay, as I believe it can really damage the actual gemstones, the meteorite or anything like that. So I'd rather take my time and basically do it properly and not rush things again. So the ring make is finally coming to a close, and what I'm doing now is just shaping the dome on top of the ring to protect the inlay, polishing up to 12,000 grit, making sure it's all shiny, free of any scratches, any dust or anything like that, and then we'll give it a quick acid bath. Well, I say quick, it was actually about 2 hours. It was in this ferric chloride 4, and once we've done that we can take it out, give it a quick clean, and the ring will be done. Right, time to explain the garnet. I knew I wanted this ring to have a glow, but I didn't want the entire inlay to glow like most ring makers make, so I backed each crystal with a red glow powder, just to sort of set it apart from everybody else who's making glow rings. As you can see in the studio photographs, it just gives that nice little subtle change at night time. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you enjoyed my voiceover. If you would like to see more of these types of videos with my voice covering what I'm doing, please let me know in the comments, and hopefully I will see you in the next one.